be able to understand it. Then you can also capture it from your end. So that's why we are here today. That's why we're here today. So there'll be some terminologies. I ask that you get a note and then you write some of them down. Write some of them down. In fact, what I'm taking you through is a standard thing for the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. And it's expected that every district, every congregation, every preaching post or preaching point, right word, preaching point, goes through this thing. It came barely 4 or 5 years ago. Unfortunately, this part of the ministry, we have not been able to take hold of it. And I can say we are still at the initial stages. Better late than none. And so once we are doing it, I pray that God will help us to go through this process. Amen. Oh, amen. All right. Because I'm not making it compulsory, I wouldn't really want to check row. Because when you report, we'll catch you whether you really learned it or not. So I wouldn't want to check row and be asking who is here, who is not here. By your report, you will show yourself whether you really learned it or you skipped the class. So don't worry at all. That is another way that teachers can use to check students who come to class. So don't worry. Don't stress at all. Come what may, by the grace of God, it will come to my office. So once it gets to my office, if it's not done well, we will happily return it to you and ensure that you do the right thing before we take it. Because if I send it to the head office, as I'm talking to, I'm sure that what I even sent so that we will save ourselves, I'm sure it will be returned. Because information, me information be way. And but just to make sure that they don't mention our names, that we have not brought ours. I sent what I was able to do for your district. Now let's go. I'm sure you will be able to see the down part. So if you are using phone, that may be a very rather unfortunate. But if you have access to computer, I wish that you get on your computer or you get on your laptop, get on your iPad, get on a bigger screen so you're able to zoom and see it very well. Today I'm taking it like we are going to write final exam. So I want to make sure you understand it. I want to make sure you understand it very well. So we're going to the screen. When you check the base of the screen, if you check the line, which is the x-axis of the screen, or if you check the horizontal part of the screen, you would see home. You see this data, plug home, QR home, AR home, press data, press sum, press goals, PQT OG, PQT ME, PQT ARM, then PQT ESR. We'll get to understand all those terminologies and what really they mean. So still be going through the exercises at the base. And as I shared with you, I pray that your district minister will give you a copy so that you see. All right. So if you see the way I've amplified it or maybe made it larger, you see the percentage of Ghana 2020-2029. So this was during the COVID time, and if we are 2025, then basically 5 years strategic plan. And this is the presbytery template. So the presbytery is not America's presbytery. The year is 2025. This has been updated. So we have our home. That is why if you go to home, you'll see there. But let me go here. Let me not be so fast in clicking to confuse my student. So this is AR home. The AR home, this is where you see where the document is coming from. So the document is coming from North America Press. So if you have it, AR home, I'm giving the right so you can communicate in case you don't get something. So this one, right to unmute when you want to talk. And if you're not talking, you please mute it so that we be able to get your voice. Let me attempt to record it. But this one doesn't have. Who is Aaron? I see one.
Papa, it's being recorded.
That's Aaron. That's the administrator, right?
Yes, Papa.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. I want to be sure. Papa, what does TYRP means? Okay, but I will do that. I'll do that. So there's just a question that just came from Dr. Bafo. Dr. Bafo is asking what TYRP means. Okay. You see this one is a strategic plan, right? So the T could stand for 10-year rolling plan. 10-year rolling plan, right? So we are rolling the thing over a period of 10 years. Of course, the TYRP can mean several other things, all right? But in this case, that was what we gave ourselves. We gave ourselves a period of 10 years that we really want to get a plan that is recurring, a plan that we can monitor our system over a period of a decade, over a period of a decade. All right. Thank you. So if you come to the home, now let me start from home. If you come from the home this way, you would see that we have district data home, we have presbytery planning homepage, we have presbytery quarterly report, we have annual, we have presbytery data. So if I want to click on the first one, which is a district data home, you click on this way. Then it opens. I want to take that one again. I say when you go home, when you come to home, and then you would get to know that we have the 2020 to 2023 S plan. You would get the district data home. You click on district, and once you click on district, you get all the districts. So, for example, if you are Texas, Oklahoma, you will see yours at the left side. Please bear in mind that these are the ones I'm talking about. So if you go to home and you come up there, you go to your district. And so it will be very prudent. We pick one district and then we go through that. No district has given me permission to open their data. And so I may go to New Jersey district, and that is this 03, sorry, this 06. So that means that per our arrangement, it is the sixth one. If you come to the first one, that is presbytery only. You would see the this is presbytery only. You come here, this is Australia, this is California, this is at the time it was Canada. This is when we were computing it as of September last year. So now we come into New England, we come New Jersey. So I'm going to New Jersey to open New Jersey data. Once you click on this, it's going to take you to the space. So we click on it. We have gone to New Jersey. For the last time, I'm going through that process again. So, and that technically takes you to, and you see that once you open, it comes to this 06. If you look at it from the x-axis, from the base, you will see that it brings you to this 06. And that is it. If you go to this 05, it opens the way I showed you up there. And so, for example, you pick this one. Let's go here. You pick this one. We are picking the overreaching goals. We are picking the overreaching goals. Right. So you see, but you did ask, the TYRP here is referring to 3-year rolling plan. 3-year rolling plan here. Why do I say this refers to 3-year rolling plan? Because when you come here, you will see that we are looking at it from this angle, the 3-year. So we roll it 3 till we get to the 10th one. So if you look at this one, you will see that yes, we are in 2025, but we always get the previous year, which will be 2024, and then we roll it over a period of 3 years, and that is going to be 2025, 2026, 2027. So all the districts, by the grace of God, We've been able to do it for you. We've been able to forecast for you. And that is why I'm saying that going forward from today, you are going to do it on your own. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. So, for example, New Jersey, if you pick the overreaching goal, for example, this one, assuming New Jersey was now going to do it, all they would have seen on their form would be up to 2024. And so New Jersey, after this meeting, would have gone to sit down to now roll 2024 over a period of 3 years. That is a TYRP. This case, we are looking at 3 years before. When you put all together, you get a 10 years. So 3 years. So over here, you have, if last year we achieved, for example, the Dog 01 is grow the membership of the church by at least 10%. So that's a DOG. That is the overreaching goals. Overreaching goals, you see DOG. The D means district. But over here, you see overreaching. Please, if you can see, zoom it. If you can see, please zoom it. So if you check the first line, it tells you overreaching goals, agent in charge. And this one, they are so particular that if you're the catechist, if you're the minister, it is your duty to ensure that you reach that goal. And what are we saying? And you reach that with your session. And so the overreaching goal, the first one, which is the D, which is district, O, which is overreaching, Gen, which is goal. One is that you grow the church by 10% annually. So if that happens, then you go to the second line, which we say that's why you call the KPI. So the KPI is the key performance indicators. The key performance indicators. So how would you know that you have grown the church by 10%? And that will be the number of members. And then the year-on-year growth rate. So if you come to the first line this way, and we want to look at it from this line going like that. So let's come here for the first two. We are saying that in the year 2024, New Jersey was 1,007 membership. And if you look at it from that angle, you will know that that percentage has not been calculated at the moment. As we're talking, it hasn't been calculated. But if you're calculating it, then that will be that what was the previous number for New Jersey? If New Jersey is okay, last year we were around 900 and maybe 20. Then we want to say that this year we grew by 12%. And if it's 12%, then it means that the 12% must ring here. And you see that 12% will come here. So you see that the 12% has come here. Now, if that is the case, and if we want to grow by 10% the following year, then that will be what? 10% of this. So this is what I would want to calculate with you. Then all of us will get on the same platform. So how do you calculate 10% of 1,071? You may please take your calculator and help me as we all do it together. So if you want to calculate 10% of this one, of this 1,000 and virtual mom we are chomota enche no mon calculate enomame. So that will be 10%. More how namunio. So the 10% of this is going to be, usually it's going to be 10 over 100 times this one. 10 over 100 times this one. And likely you're going to get 107. If you get 107, then you are going to add that to your previous. Add that to your previous. And then your previous year is going to be 1,000. So that's going to be plus. Are you there?
Papa, we are.
Because the way the room is quiet, this is mass, so we are all doing it together.
Okay, we are all muted.
Oh, haven't we? Oh no, you're not muted.
Okay, so we are mute to talk. Okay.
Yes. So if you want to talk, then you will mute yourself, and then if you finish, then you mute yourself.
Good.
Right, because I want all of us to get this one. Assuming you want to set your target. So this one, that is a 12%. So if you want to get this one, so that is going to be subtotal is going to be 1178. So if it is 1178, assuming this is 1178, so 1178. Do you get it? So if it's 1178, then there's going to be 10%. 1178. Okay. If it's not able to work, then it means because you have submitted, it's locked. Because you have submitted that. Yeah, so if it's not working, okay, it's gotten. So 1178. Then we're going to get 10% of it. 10% of the 1178 comes. So usually a calculate itself. So assuming this comes, is giving you 9.7, which is approximately 10%. And then from there you go to this one. That's also going to be 10% of this. And that also give us 9.9. Then we come to 10% of 1,291, and that also give you 1,418, and that is also 9.8%, approximately 10%. So assuming you are going to get your 3-year rolling plan, then you do it like that, the year on growth. But you can come here and say you want to grow by 30% and you go. The baseline is 10%. So make sure you calculate up to 10%. And if you're likely to go above it in your outcome, then that is a blessing. Now, there's this that we call quarterly report. For example, this one, we are going to report on the growth. So you see, we have taken just number one, the DOG01, and we have been able to remember that before you get to January, they want to see you getting your 3-year rolling plan ready. So quarterly, you're not going to check 2026, 2027. That one is fixed. So assuming
bless you now. May God bless you now.
So if you're not talking, you do us a favor by putting your microphone off. Thank you very much. All right. So once again, let's all do it. We're all doing it. We're assuming that we have a figure. If you have a figure, fine. If you don't have a figure, this is going to be like hypothesis. So for example, if Ascension is saying that, for example, listen, if Ascension is saying that 2024, no, sorry, this is not Ascension. If New Jersey is saying that 2024, they grew by 1,071, right? And then they want to report quarterly. They want to do quarterly report. If you want to do quarterly report, then what it means is that there is no way by March 31st, your number can be below 1,071. Do you get it? As I said, the figures you are seeing at the first quarter are not the real figures. They are just something to occupy the space so the space doesn't jam up. So, for example, let's do critical analysis of this. If we were 1,071, and then we are going to 31st March to say that we have grown, perhaps we have had about 20 people, 30 people. That must be 30 plus 1,071. And surely, if maybe let me not exaggerate to say 30, but let me say maybe 20. So that's going to be 1,000 and 91. Right. So if it is 1,091, at what percentage? At what percentage? So that if 1,071 is equal to 12%, which was previous year, then this one is going to be the variance over the previous year. The variance. Now, how do we calculate variance? You calculate variance by looking at the previous the current year over the previous, right? To give you the variance, or over the previous times 100. Am I getting somebody confused there? So that before you can get this percentage, as we are talking about, please try to ensure that you get your variance. And variance is niawunya is siano. Kotifri niawunya no down no. Nti yeka say a fee trim we 1,071, which is here. Now we are saying by March we are 1,091. So it means that the variance will be 20. Are we all there?
Yes, Papa.
Yes, so Papa.
Right. So yes.
Papa, we'll go over again over there on the variance.
Okay, thank you. If you don't get anything, let me know. So for example, we want to report quarterly. So this is what every district will be doing from tomorrow. From tomorrow, you'll be going to do the June 30th, or maybe let's say from the next 3 weeks, you'll be going to do the June 30th one. Now, as the New Jersey is saying that last year, always take into consideration your, let me come back again. Always take into consideration your previous year. So the previous year was 1,071. Now, as at 31st, which is the first quarter, the first March that we want to report, we are reporting on this one, 31st March. So we want to say that, okay, any figure we put here must not be less than the figure we have here. It must not be less than the figure we have at 2024. So we're saying that this is 1,071. Now we have 1,091. So if you want to calculate the percentage at 1,091, you first of all must look at the variance. And I'm saying that variance simply means current minus previous. Current minus previous. So in this case, what is the current and what is the previous figure? Can we get it here?
Papa, current is
109, correct? 101091, correct? And then previous is what?
1071.
1071. All those who said that you have won $1 each. Yes. So now that you have had this one, so what will be the variance? Is what? The number.
20.
So 20. Now, if you want to calculate the percentage of that variance, what do? You do it like variance over the previous times 100. Are we making some point here?
Yes.
So what will be the answer, sir?
It will be
28.1%.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, 28 is too huge. Papa, is 20 is supposed to be 20 over 1071 times 100.
Good.
Oh, I feel like you achimata for na enemy microphone. So what is the answer? What did you tell me the answer? Now, who said the first quarter? Meanwhile, the whole year you want to achieve 12. So the first quarter, if you are wrong in the first quarter, it's going to affect everything that you do for the year. So that's why I say that let us get the let me. I think I'll come back again. Let me stop sharing.
Papa, it looks like it's 1.8.
1.87.
Correct. Those who are saying
Good.
you are getting it correct.
1.87.
1.87. Good.
Are getting the thing correct. Those who said 20 point something, please, you are owing me $20 each. You are owing me $20 each. So that's it. That's it's just by the way. Okay, let me share again. I feel reporting bed though.
I'm for one the from Papa.
Reporting bed. Okay, so that's 1 point what?
87.
So usually do yourself a favor by getting the approximation. usually try to approximate it to maybe a decimal point, 1 decimal point, maybe 2 decimal points, based on how you want it. Okay. So I'm taking 1 point what?
87, Papa.
87. Okay, so let's take 1.87. So that's going to be 1.87. 1.87.
Papa, I have a question.
Yes.
Why can't we use the formula so that we can just, we don't have to be imputing it? So once we get the formula, we can just drag it across and to populate it for us.
First of all, we want you to understand before you apply the formula. It's just like you are teaching your child and you want to use calculator.
So, well, the formula will give the definition, right? So if, for instance, this would be, say, L15, so into bracket L15 minus F15, perhaps over
Stanley,
F15.
Stanley,
Yes.
Stanley, did you do arithmetic?
Yes, that's more advanced.
Yes,
You know,
advanced.
let's take Papa's own so people will understand.
Maybe I will now know the answer. Maybe I'm on the
What must I do?
What must now? Maybe I'll now know the maybe I'll call over have you. You see, the truth of the matter is this system was not developed by us. It's a system that came from the head office, right? So once we do it here, it is rather calculating at the presbytery level. So that's why they want us to do manual input. Then it will rather get the summation at the presbytery level when we put in the figures there. Else, what the wrong figure the wrong figure is also going to compete there at the presbytery level and it's going to cause a lot of things. So all these ones are done manually. Do you get it? Now, a friend is Stanley. First one, matter upon I would know. You do a say what I said, you. So thank you, my brother. All right, thank you. Okay, so this one is correct. Okay, so once you have done this, I'm going to open maybe Papa Mankuna is here. I'm going to open Papa Mankuna's one. Then we calculate Papa Mankuna's first one so that we all get to know if the district is correct. Is that okay, Papa Mankuna? Permission granted?
Yes, Papa.
Okay, so let me go to, I think yours will be, I'm not too sure. But let me see. Okay, let me go home first. Check. I'm going to go home. So home here, then this district, then Washington, D.C. That's just 11. So Washington, D.C. gives us 11. Now, so look at Washington, D.C., for example. Washington, D.C., in the year 2024, we are seeing 857, right? So that's why I said that the figures here are not up to date. So, for example, we are seeing 857. We cannot say that as of March, you got 823. No, that is one. That one is against Presbyterian rule. So now we're going to use the variance. So, maybe, Papa, as at March, how many people have you won?
We are just around 890 something.
That's out of March. Is that March? I want to be sure. March, not June, please.
March this year.
Okay, so let's say that we are adding 20 to each of the major districts. So let me go by 20. Okay. So assuming this was 857, right? So plus 20 is going to be 877, correct? So I come here, 877. And then you see it has come. Okay. 877. We need to make sure to check the variance, and that's going to be 877 minus 2024, which is 857. And because we knew that we had put 20 on top, it is 20. Correct?
Yeah.
So now, to get the percentage of the 877, the mathematicians will say it is the variance over the previous times 100. And can we please have the percentage to that effect?
2.5.
2.5.
2.33.
2.3.
Hey, yeah, funny.
Papa, 2.33.
2.33. Any other person with the same?
2.3.
2.
Yeah.
2. So okay, so 2.33.
Yeah, that is 2.33, Papa.
Okay, so it will take 2.3. So you see that now it has come 2.3, and that is correct. There's nothing behind it again. Okay, so this is it. Okay, which district again is there? I think I heard New York North.
Papa, where did you place the 2.33?
Please, under it, 2.3. Look at it.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
So usually it's the number and the percentage. The overreaching goes, the number and the percentage. Okay. So assuming we have done, this is the second district we are doing. New York North, are you here?
Yes, Papa.
Can I open your file?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we assuming you're going to New York North. So we go home. We come to this district data home page. Then we come to New York North, and that is this data 08. So we open this data 08. Now we come here again. That's what I'm telling you. We head of some because we don't have the figures for first quarter. We don't have it. So now look. Now New York North says that as of 2024, December 31st, they were 732. Okay, 732. Then we come to March. So by March, you cannot be 671. Do you get it? So, Clark, give me a figure. If your distributor is there, give me a figure that by March, you had those figures for your district. Plus how many?
Papa, can we add the 20 as we added to the other districts?
So today we are doing operation 20.
Yeah.
Right. So, and do you know that if we use 20,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes to June and you have not gotten the 20, the number cannot reduce because it's recurring. So if you're not sure, we can use 10.
Yes. Okay, 10.
So that it doesn't, because this one, because I'm the district minister of New York, New Jersey, I'm able to say 20. Papa Mankuna has also confirmed that he's a district minister, he's saying 20. So I'm not going back. It's done, no? So
20, New York North.
Okay,
Papa.
Oh, so the district minister has spoken.
Oh, I'm out. Thank you.
All right. So by March, New York North is saying that they also got 20. So please, let's go and add the 22. 732. 732 plus 20. 732 plus 20. It's going to go what? It's going to 7 what? 52. 752. Now, can you please help me?
Clark, sir.
Zofo.
But I thought we were using the figures for studying purposes, and then you are just putting them in straight away.
Zofo. Ade we won. Omo train no head office. Na me ya figure.
Okay.
Then I'm actually me. At least the first one quite a main fan film. Why?
Okay.
See,
Thank
I
you.
don't know film, but as for studies, but I really need to send this copy, this copy to the head office. But only friend coffee until we ought to profile that. Let me do this one, then I'll go to the next one. When I finish, I'll capture those districts and make sure I fill them and send them tonight because they are at GAC and they need to get this one. That's what also
Okay, sir.
that's why I'm saying that we want them to understand that by the end of June, it will not be, I think again. They'll put the
Okay, sir.
yes there.
Thank you, sir, for the clarification.
Yeah, so he's a guru. He has handled this office for 7 years, so he understands the pressure on us. Okay, now let's get the variance for and the percentage for New York North.
Papa, that would be 2.7.
2.73.
Okay, can you all tell us how you got it in case someone doesn't know?
20 divided by 372 times 100.
372.
20 divided by 732.
732.
732.
Yeah, times 100.
Hey, one on the mass, one who spoke? Is it Papa Bankuna?
Mr. Mark.
Mr. Mark.
Papa is me.
Oh, Mark Medal.
Yes, Papa.
Hey, you say mathematicians for us, how, Charlie? Okay, so the answer is what? 2 point what?
2.73.
73. Okay, thank you. I got that one. Okay, so let me do the last district. Then when I finish, I think which district is this? New York. Did I hear Esme's voice? I think New York yesterday I was able to write something. New York, I added, I didn't want trouble. I added 7 to it so that at least you can justify yourself within the second quarter. Which one is this? New York North. Ohio. Do we have Dr. Francado here or the clerk? New York North. Sorry, Ohio. Okay, so Ohio, let's add 10 for them for this one because we had to repeat. That was 2. No, this number is too much. Because that was 1,057. So if you want to add 10, it's going to be 1,050, 1,067. 1,067. 1,067. Okay, 10%. So that is 10 divided by this times 100. 10 divided by 10, 57 times 100.
About 0.94.
So it's 0.95. You see that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. 0.95. 0.95. So at least you have the knowledge. At least you have the knowledge. No. Who did that? 0.94 is not long. So it's approximating it to be 1.0. Yeah. It's approximated it to 1.0. That is fair. Okay. So now I assume that all of us know how to get the overreaching goals. Okay. Now, if you go to the DO, this is Ohio now. Let me use my district. Okay. Right. So assuming you come to the DOG, which is the 02, which is submit district TYRP to presbytery chairperson by what? January of the following year annually. So the TYRP, the 3-year development plan that we have done, you make sure by January you send all to the chairperson, which by the grace of God we have never done some before. So this one by December we are all going to go again get our target for 2024 5 achieved. Then we use that to calculate the 10% for the rolling years. Then by January, you forward all to the chairperson as it has said. Now, so when you come here, the date that you think that you would submit, you write it here. So it's assumed that over here, it's assumed that by 21st, you have sent it. So 21st, 2025, 21st, that. So because this one we're saying that this is sent, so this is sent, it's assumed that this one by 2026 January you will send, and 2027 you will send. So it is recurring. You will not have to come and write 2025, 2025, 2025. No. It's the year. Make sure the year that you're saying it goes like that. Okay, thank you. If you don't understand, please let me know. Then submit fourth quarter report Excel template for previous year to the presbytery. And that one too, by January 21st, you should do that. If you think you can meet it, you can either write by 15th, by 20th, but you don't go beyond the estimated time that they gave you. So that one too, you put in the values. Okay. Then you come to DOG overreaching goal 4. And that one also has it to be submit district annual report to presbytery. So it's assumed that by 31st, the district report that you took to your district session should come to the presbytery. So once you finish your district session, whatever corrections you need to make, quickly do it, and then by January you forward it. But you can know that you have not been doing that, and sometimes you have to wait much. So report to bra. This one we are all getting to understand that by January 31st, your report should go. And so you commit yourself to say, yes, I so do. By January, I'll do that. 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 Okay, then you go to DOG, which is the 5A. You have the 5A, you have the 5B. The 5A has to say that first quarter. So first quarter report is assumed that by 21st April, we send that. And then again, by July, we send the second quarter. So this one that we are talking about it in June here, because the data has not come. So it becomes difficult to put in the values. So now we are saying that by the grace of God, by July 21st, all districts would have gone to look at the previous over that times that. So current minus previous over previous times 100 to give us what you have. Okay. So again, the DOG 5C. 5C also has a commitment that is say that submit district third quarter report to the presbytery chairperson. Then we have October 21st. And if you so would do, you also will go to say either 20th or you want to say 15th, or write the date you think is appropriate, but don't go beyond 21st October. Then you write those dates there. So you should understand that by the third quarter, if you are working on this one, you should let us know that by the grace of God, by 21st October, the report should get to the presbytery. Then we have the G, the DOG 6. The DOG 6, you're going to have appraisal and set performance target for the agent in charge. Usually there is an appraisal form that comes for agent to tell us how they saw the TYRP and other things, and that would come. But you are saying that, okay, then you are saying that you so promise that by January 31st, those things will be sent there. So, in fact, this whole work, if you want to look at it well, is very interesting. Very interesting if we get focused. Now, these are the overreaching goals. And by the grace of God, we have come to this far. Now, any question here on the DOG 01 up to 06? DOG, district overreaching goals. Any question?
Papa, I have a question. I don't know if it falls under the DOG, but my question is, every year, are we going to get, when I say we, I'm talking of the congregations, the local congregations, are we going to get one form where we have to fill, or we're going to get a copy and then we have to fill it and send it to the district?
Yes, the district coordinates it. The district coordinates it. That's why we need the figures from the district, right? So, for example, all that I'm saying, if you're local, these things, the DOG, you focus so much on the DOG one, to ensure that at least you have. That's why we're saying that we don't do the rebasing. You don't go to recount your people because, for example, the system has recorded that New Jersey we were 1,071 as of December 31st. So you would also say that, okay, Grace, we were 70, but by March we are now 76. And so you send the number 76 through your Form C. You have a form we call Form C, and that is a
Okay.
computational form. So you go from C, tell us the number of children, number of even the children we have, male, female, number of YPG, male, female, we have male, female, like that. So it's the Form C that would inform the clerk to also, port the figures to the district. That's the DOG1.
Okay, so Papa, so from what I understand is that every local is going to have a copy of this, and they have to fill Form C and then send that copy to the district, and the district will continue with the process.
Yes, the local should have, because if you don't have it, then it means the system is going to uh it's not going to flow the way we want it. So the local should have it, yes. So once you put it in, then it gets to the district puts it in, then it comes to the president puts it in, then we send it to the head office. They also put the figures in theirs. So the system runs. So locals usually get a template to also work with.
Yeah. Okay. And our template will somewhat be different from what we are currently looking at, because this is presbytery. Because the
So your
local,
template, you have to put in the figures.
no, because this is
You have
the
to put it.
presbytery, and then it goes to the breakdown. The breakdown is the district. So for us, how would that look like?
Let me find out. Let me find out how we can develop the locals ones for you, so as to be able to gather the information. Right. I share this with you because I want us to be on the same level. So the district also have my copy. So this is a presbytery copy, but I give copies to the district so that we know that this is what we have. Don't compromise the system. Make sure you go in line with what we have. So the districts will also extract, and we have to help from the presbytery, extract a portion for the locals. Because when we start going to mission and evangelism, you get to know that even the programs you do, there are some programs that have been made standard. So before you add any program, make sure you have gone through the standardized programs, because we are going to report on them. Do you get that, my brother?
Yes, Papa. Well, I also have another question, and I
Okay.
know this year you want us to use this. So, will this take the place of the previous way we represent our reports?
Yes. So it's not this year. This thing started 2020. That's why I'm saying that we are far behind. Okay, we are very far behind. We need to admit it that it's been in the system. But when it comes, President Tirana, the boy who also trans and Operiana Numrania, yeah, mama. And I mean, Casimir Bress, I'm not getting your first quarter. We now may Bress. And it's been in the system. If you ask for the same, Catechist Doctor Prince Amalcon, or interview, if you ask them, those batch, Catechist Amalcon's time, Henry's time, when they went for the national interview, they were asked about TYRP. Say, Papa, where do you anymore? I say, go to your presbytery for them to teach you. Catechism, are you here? And he will tell you. If you interview none of us, Papa, you see, we the TYRP. It's been in the system. It's been in this. That's why we want to make
Yes, Papa, I'm here.
Yes, tell us. Were you asked about that TYRP at your interview?
Yes, so
At that time, I don't remember if they called it TRP, at least during the interview, but they asked about this, and I said I didn't know about it. So they said I should ask my district minister.
Mhm. Yeah. So, and that was almost 2 years ago, 2022.
Yes, Papa.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's been in the system for a while. So, Papa Stanley, it's not Awuku-Gyampoh who wants you to report on this. We have been asked to do it, but because we don't enforce it, it comes to the presbytery and we suffer to get the figures. I'm telling you the truth. We struggle to get the figures to be able to satisfy the head office. So this time, yesterday, I shared a document with the district ministers, and that document, I've made it so simple in such I'll show it to you so that you'll be able to also look at what you want to do, the objective, the activity, and then the results of it. Don't struggle so much if you know this one. Don't struggle so much if you know this one. Now, let's go to M&E. Then you understand all that I'm saying. For example, if you pick M&E, Committee on Mission and Evangelism, every district, every local, these are the things which should be your priority. Your priority. First, before you add anything, one, win souls for Christ. Win souls for Christ. So you should do activities that will lead to winning souls for Christ. So, for example, we did house to house, or we broadcast ABCD on social media, and then it resulted in that. And we had these people. For example, let me use Ascension, for example. I'm saying, by the grace of God, we have had people that come to church, like 5 people, like 4 people, like 3 people. He said, I found you on social media. I saw the church on social media. I Googled and I found you. And so we can really say that our presence on social media is a traffic. And therefore, activities are posted on TikTok. Myself, I've been on TikTok. I was on TikTok over a month ago. I posted something this morning, and before I came to this platform, it was 1.9 views. 1.9 views. Meanwhile, how many people are on this line? 56 or 58. But the thing I posted on the social media, 1.9 views. I'm sure by now it's got into 2,000 already. And this was our Presbyterian song. So there's a lot of ways you can win souls for Christ. And so you see the next 2-3 Sundays, somebody will come and say, I found you on TikTok and I came to church. So the church should purposefully do something that will win souls for Christ. So in your report, they will come and ask, DME, which is District Mission and Evangelism, souls won, number of souls won, and you will see 1 percentage of previous membership, and that is where you go to previous. That's where you go to previous. So assuming it's 1, then the following year we say maybe this year we're expecting to see souls start to be won, maybe 22 or something. But the church is wishing to see that 100 souls will be won, wishing to see that 50 souls, wishing to see that 200 souls. So what activities are we doing to win souls? And that must be noted. Number 2, DME 1B, and that is discipleship class. Is organized for new converts and members. So this program, as the agent in charge, as the session, you must look at for this one and say, this month or next month or next 2 months that will be reporting, what discipleship class have we organized? Because if you don't organize, you cannot report. People that come to the church, do we have a time with them? Do we even have a time to talk to them? A time to take them through the Presbyterian ways? A time to tell them what it means to pay tithe in the Presbyterian church? a time to say that when you come to church, this is what we do. This is the meaning of the Presbyterian logo. So if you don't organize the classes for them, that's why they come through to your church today, and the following 2 Sundays, they go to another church, because you have not discipled them. You have not taught them anything. So in the knowledge of the church wants M&E department of every congregation to do discipleship class. Number 3, undertaking mission activities. Mission activities. Over here, diaspora mission activities. What are some of the activities that we can do? Talk about them. Maybe mission to the street children. There are some people, they are food bank, that every other week or every month they prepare food and the people come and take them. It's also mission. Is there any mission activity again that we can do here? You think about it. Think about anything that is mission. Anything that is mission. And because we are here, some of the things are restricted. For example, going to the prison, going to the orphanage and stuff like that. Here, some of them are restricted. And so you can do some in Ghana. That's still the mother church. You can find a way of doing something. You can still report. And it makes sense. We have triangular partnership with Western Presbytery and Volta Presbytery. And you can use any of these triangular partnership to also do mission activities and still report. And all those ones are accepted. The church wants to see this done. Again, we have ministry to the police and the prison cells. You have them. If you don't have them here, do them in the triangular partnership. Yes. Then the DME 03, you have plant new churches. Plant new churches. And the church, the Presbyterian church, by the grace of God, the North American Presbytery have been given 40 churches to plant within the next 3 years. As we celebrate our bicentennial, we want to ensure that we have established about 40. We can say that of the 40, we have gone through 6. And so we are left with about 34 churches. So that if the 12 congregations or 12 districts, we want to say that every district will plant about 2, even that will still have 24. We're left with about 10. So that would mean that in the next 3 years, we may need every district to plant about 3, at least 3. So we'll be able to meet 36. And that will be a surplus of 2. So what strategies are we putting in place to plant new churches? I know the temptation will come. Now, sorry, we need and I'm cutting from. And the tea we create and I'll cut and the Presbyterian for Yenyum. And then I remember when I was going to establish a church at Australia. If Australians are on the platform, God bless you. Now, sorry, we are TNA. Oh, man, show we need and sana. Oh, by the grace of God, they understood. And we went not only Australia, and I'm sure that even in your local area, when they're going to plant another church, some people will complain. But the church says we should plant new churches. So that should be our duty to plant. If you don't plant, at the end of the year, you rise 0. And the mission evangelism director is supposed to report on the number of churches planted. So you have to plant. Gracefully, we can also partner with the triangular partnership. You can partner with Volta. You can partner with Western and still plant a church, and it will be credited to the presbytery. That is allowed because it's still Agenda 2 million. Then again, we are also looking at M&E at the district level. Number of congregations that you inaugurate are also very important. They want to see that you inaugurate a preaching point to a congregational status. You don't need to remain preaching point. So you must all work so hard. You must, over the years, over the past 2 years, New Jersey, we have not been able to inaugurate any congregation to any preaching point to a congregational status. And that is something that we also need to look at and see how that is possible. So these are the areas. Once you have gone through this area, then before then, you can put in your revive verse, and a friend is saying reviving the dry bones and tomorrow by this time and all those things. After you have gone to achieve these areas, You can now put all your miracle moment, your prophetic moment, and everything. You can put them together. Until then, you can be the major prophet in the world. If you don't go through these ones, President Church of Ghana doesn't know you. You have not done anything for PCG. Any question here, please?
Hello, Papa.
Yes, please.
Asumdre come.
Council Mama.
Hey, Papa, please, I just got out of work, so it looks like I've missed some of the most important sections. Has it been recorded so that we can have a replay?
Okay. I'm sure that the administrator is working on that, and if it comes out, please, we will make sure you get it, please.
All right, thank you.
Some of them will teach a phone penny phone to you won't have a problem.
Good morning.
Okay, so that's fine. All right. So please, no question here for the M&E. Okay, once that is done, so let me pause here today. Let me pause here today because it's not just about taking you through, it's about how to report on it as well. So for example, you have written on the M&E, and then you've got into this side. The quarterly report is very important. So assuming this one shows one, you said that 2022 you're going to win souls genuinely, and you'll be on no. I said we're free. Of course, church growth, you can have the biological growth where we give birth. You can have transfer where people move from one church to the other, and then you can have the organic where the souls are won naturally through your activities. So we want to say that through our activities, these are the people we want to have. Like the year 2025, we want to have people organically coming to say that this activity you did brought me there. So we say 22. After the 22, we said, okay, by March, we got 5 of them. By March, I'm sure even January alone, we got almost about 5 at Ascension already. So we say 5. Usually we, over here, we don't exaggerate the numbers. We don't want to exaggerate the numbers at all. We want to grow, gradually so that we don't put trouble in any future administration. So we say 5. So if it is 5, then surely you can see that that's going to be 5 minus 1. That's going to be 4. Then times, and so that will be 28.6. And that is cool, right? But you still have to calculate and ensure that it's a good calculation. Then we come to discipleship. If you had 1, we just put it there. If you had, and we must say that, for example, in New Jersey, we have been running programs essentially like this. New members are taken through classes and they are formally admitted and given card in the church as well. So we're saying that as at March, we have been able to number of persons that have been discipled. We are saying 5 of them, but I'm sure they are more than 5. I'm sure, because there are still people in the queue to go through classes. So we want to be so truthful to our calling to ensure that quarterly you are saying that, okay, you said 1. That's why I said we don't exaggerate the numbers. So 0 here. So we have to go back and say, no, as for 0, we can be 0. So maybe we want to say, okay, this will be maybe 5. And then again, we want to go to this one, which is maybe 6. And then this one be maybe 7, like that, to put them to tax like that. Okay, so maybe 7. Okay, like that. But we say right from there, we have been able to have 5. So it is gone. So mission activities undertaken. Number of mission activities undertaken. If we come to this one, the mission activities undertaken, you should know that this is our estimate. 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027. So we said, okay, 222, and pay 1 7. But as at so we say that by March, we took one mission activity, and that will be, I guess that one will be Atlantic City. That's why we wrote one there. So that if we have any figure, we're able to defend the figure. So Atlantic City was on Zoom for so many years. And by the grace of God, in 2025, Atlantic City has moved to in-person, and they've gotten a place of worship. And it's amazing, the report that came from the minister in charge, Reverend Sabi, that someone has even bought drums for them. And last weekend, we got the mission evangelism going to visit them. So the mission activity has been achieved. One has been achieved. Then we come to this one. Please, unfortunately, we haven't been so good here to visit the ministry to police cells, ministry to prison. I think one of our meetings, we did say that 2025, we would arrange to maybe in some prison or police cell to just visit our people, share the word of God with them, and see. So we have planting of new churches over here. First quarter, we haven't been able to do anything, and so it is zero. Over here in New Jersey, we're trying to strengthen the locals that we have, get them place of worship, make sure they are strong enough, and then we move on again. We've seen that we don't want to plant so many of the churches and still will be struggling to even find a place of worship. And gracefully, two of our congregations have gotten their own place of worship, both chapels. And in no time, we'll pray to sign the deal and report to presbytery. So I'm sure that will come maybe in our next quarter report. The inauguration, we have not been able to do inauguration. We are seeing and still giving one of our preaching points a task to grow by getting, I think we give them a particular number. If they meet the number, then we'll be able to inaugurate them into a congregation. We hope that by December, we'll inaugurate them and report here as having inaugurated them. So these are, what do you call it? End-to-end program that you need to fit yourself into it. If you don't fit yourself into it, if you like do what, and you still be zero. You still be zero. All right, thank you very much. It's been a very good moment, and I'm so grateful to you. If you have any question on D01 up to DME06, please let us know, because we will not come back to this one next week. We will not come back to these ones next week. And by June, July, you have to be able to fill your own for us. However, this is that I didn't open yours. I must do them before I sleep today and forward them to the chairperson as they are at Abokobi for their meeting. What I sent there to block the space. But the figures there, I tell you, they are not the right figures. I'm telling you the truth. All right. Any question? It means you have all understood. New England, have you understood it?
Yes.
Thank you, New England. All right. I don't want to mention districts, because if I know they are not here, I'll be so watchful on their report. So let me assume that everyone was here until the report comes, God willing, July, for us to see the lapses. Okay. We also want to encourage all districts to at least use your administrators, use your AHRM committee, and then get people to support. Please get people to support. Get people to support the group. Get people to support, because if you're a district clerk, about 4 years, you are going to be out, right? But if you get the committee, the what do you call it? The TYRP committee, the statistics committee, they will always be there and they would ensure that there's that continuity. I'm doing this because next year by this time, I'll be preparing to hand over. And so I must make sure that at least the clerks, at least the agents, at least the coordinators, the directors have upper hand on this one. Else the presbytery will lack. And that is a bad leadership. You don't leave office and let the people that you leave behind suffer. That is bad leadership and it mustn't be encouraged. So it's the same thing in your district. You know that you have about a year to go, you have about 2 years to go. Maybe you just came. Please form a committee. Let them help you. Let them be there to put the figures together at all times so that when you leave office, the work will continue unabated. Once again, thank you very much. And God willing, same time next week, we will also be looking at the AHRM side. There are a lot of things to be done at the AHRM sector. And we would want to use the men as a case study to look at the role that the men can play to promote our human resource management of the TYRP. Right. Thank you very much. And the directors, any announcement for us?
Yeah. Thank you, Papa Awuku. May God bless you for such a wonderful period of time with a great in-depth of teaching. The M&E program is still ongoing in various districts. I hope so, because we put it, we received letter from Presbytery, and I also put it on the Presbytery Mission and Evangelism platform. And we are having a district program. It will start about 20 minutes from now. Each minister is on it. I started yesterday. Somebody is taking today all the way to Friday. So I pray and I'm pleading that each district should continue with the same M&E, just as the moderator launched it on Sunday. And then this coming Sunday, there should be a special appeal for it. 60% will remain with the district and the local, 40% is coming to Presbytery and to head office. Please, and then a report will also be written to the Presbytery clerk. There he is. He knows what I'm saying. So please let us all adhere to the instruction from above. Thank you all.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much. Any other notice, please? Okay. All right. Thank you. And any other director on the line, please?